The Oklahoma Sooners added to their 2025 recruiting class here on Saturday afternoon with the commitment of four-star safety Marcus Wimberly. But today, we have to talk about why this is a really big pickup for Oklahoma and what this could mean for maybe even a five-star that Oklahoma is chasing at the same position. But guys, before we do that, make sure you hit that like, you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers by the month of May. So I want you guys to pull up, be a part of the community. Hey, and tell me what you want me to talk about, because I will talk about it. Additionally, make sure you're joining the discussion, jumping down in the comments below. Tell me what you think about Marcus Wimberly. But the Oklahoma Sooners here, they get a really nice pickup in the four-star safety out of Bauxite, Arkansas. At 6'1", 200 pounds, Marcus Wimberly is a guy that comes off, as Jay previously stated in another video, kind of freakish. You look at his stats, what he's done on the field, we look at his film, which we're going to take a look at here in just a second, and you kind of see what we mean. But here's the deal. You might see, oh, well, 247 has him as a three-star. I believe it's Rivals that has him as a four-star. But obviously, some of the recruiting services aren't high. But let's not look at the star ranking here, because when we look at Marcus Wimberly's offer list, you'll kind of understand what I mean by, oh, this is a really good pickup. First off, you had a team like Utah, who's had a really nice defense over the past couple of years, going after Marcus Wimberly. But then you've got some elite schools. Michigan, a team who just won the national championship. Oregon, with a defensive-minded head coach and Dan Lanning, who really wants to not only be able to recruit this area well, but he also wants to recruit that secondary really well. And this is another safety win for Oklahoma over the Oregon Ducks. And Oregon was a player here. You had Tennessee. You even had Alabama. I don't think 247 doesn't have it logged, but he did get an offer from Alabama as well. Let me make sure I'm not leaving out any other big dogs. Obviously, you got Ole Miss, Arkansas. He's from that state, which, I mean, is Arkansas really like a big win at this point? Because Arkansas is not any good. So you would imagine that winning over Arkansas, they don't know what their head coach is going to look like. But, hey, being able to win this over Oregon, I think, is a big deal. Being able to win it over Michigan, too, even though Jim Harbaugh's not there, I think that's still pretty big, because I think a lot of people expect Michigan to be able to pick it up. But as you guys watch his film here, I kind of want to run through his stats, and maybe you guys can understand why this is going to be a big pickup for Oklahoma, and they're going to be able to use him here. First off, like I said, 6'1", 200 pounds. He has a 4.4 40. He has a vertical of 38.6, a broad jump at 10.4. Top speed was 21.65 miles per hour, and those were real numbers from camps last summer. Now, some of these numbers were given to me back in February 13th, so some of these numbers might be a little outdated, but that's a good thing, right? Because that means if he's elevated them, he's getting better. He's benched 325, squatted 415. His clean was 285. And then you look at statistics, right? What has he done on the football field? Well, he's got over 1,300 yards of total offense. Then you look at the defense, 71 tackles, 1 tackles for loss, 2 pass breakups, 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery. So Marcus Wimberly is a guy that when you watch his film, he hits people hard. He is able to identify where the ball is at and keep up with those receivers and those routes. And this is somebody that you would imagine Brandon Hall has already done a really good job with the safeties. Brandon Hall probably can get this guy into the program, shape and mold him a little bit, and turn him into a really good safety with the likes of Peyton Bowen and all of those guys in that backfield already. I'm not going to say Billy Bowman, because Billy Bowman won't be here when Marcus Wimberly gets here. Peyton Bowen might still be. But the question is, what does this mean for a guy like Jonah Williams, a 5-star safety? And I am not by any means saying that by getting Marcus Wimberly, it makes it to where you don't take Jonah Williams. But there's been a lot of conversation that Jonah Williams might entertain the idea of the Major League Baseball draft. I mean, you go in the first 3 rounds, it's a no-brainer. You're going to go. I think you guys have heard me talk a lot about Marion Robinson. I feel Oklahoma's in a really good spot there. And if Marion Robinson decides to close it up early, which now that you have Marcus Wimberly, that could be a possibility, you're done taking safeties. The only other person you take is Jonah Williams, who is a guy that can play pretty much anywhere in this defense. The question is, though, is he going to the MLB? Is he playing the staff for money? Like, what's going on? Because this was somebody that we originally thought we were going to get earlier in the year, right? We already thought we were going to have 5-star landed by the time. And then, the Texas people had to kind of ruin that for Oklahoma. So I think this is a good indication that the staff's probably going to go ahead and take 2 other safeties outside of Jonah Williams, just in case he decides to go to the MLB draft. Because although you might only want to take 22 or 23 guys, if your 24th guy or 25th guy is going to be Jonah Williams, you're not turning that down. You're not going to turn it away. Marcus Wimberly gives Oklahoma a composite score of 185.81, which jumps them up to number 5 above USC and Penn State. Yes, USC was ahead of Oklahoma. There's still a pretty big gap, though, between Clemson and Oklahoma. Clemson's at a 215.85 composite score, so Oklahoma's got some ground to make up there, but there could be more return from this Heisman hangout weekend that Oklahoma is putting together. And just looking at a couple of guys that were on campus, and it was really busy week, so we didn't get a chance to really fully dive into making a huge list. But obviously you had Marcus Wimberly, you've got Kobe Sellers on campus, who, guys, I really think that one's probably getting close to getting done. But even though we talked to him and he wants to maybe have it done in July, I mean, Oklahoma's pushing for some other corners as well. So Kobe Sellers might decide to pull the trigger early as well to lock in his spot here because he really likes Jay Valai. Also, you got 4-star linebacker Dawson Merritt. I think this is going to be the linebacker target. Brent Venables and Zach Alley really wants to be able to land. So Dawson Merritt, a guy that's on campus this weekend, maybe the staff could try to get him locked up as well. And then you got a couple of 2026 dudes, Jackson Pyatt, a 3-star linebacker, and then a 2026 3-star linebacker, Jordan Taylor, and then 2027 athlete, Jaquan Snell. So Oklahoma's got a couple guys here this weekend, Christian Evans. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of commitments they pull in. Obviously, later in the week, you've got Malik Hawkins, Trent Wilson making their decisions, and we expect those to go in favor of Oklahoma. So Oklahoma's going to spur out a nice little recruiting win here, right? A couple recruiting wins. And if they get Trent Wilson and Malik Hawkins, which, I mean, I think it's every Oklahoma fan's, I think, on the same page at this point. If you get those guys, you're probably looking at a number 4 class right now. We just need 247 to get on the same page as everybody else with Malik Hawkins and at least get him a 3-star. So Sooner fans, go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Join the discussion. Give me your guys' thoughts. Remember, we're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers by the month of May. Additionally, I'm going to be out at the spring game, so I would love to see you guys there. Make sure you guys let me know that you guys are going. Maybe Jay and I can look to sync up with some of you guys. So until next time, peace.